And now we have the battle of the NFC East, the Eagles versus the Giants, with Philadelphia being a 3.5 point favorite and the over and under being 42.5. No, with this game, you know, the Giants and Eagles games always tough games, always tough games. It's hard to predict, even though I'm a diehard Eagles fan and I despise the Giants and I despise everybody in the NFC East. But besides that, the Eagles, they win, but they won a crappy dud of a game against the Browns. It's not even worth mentioning. They didn't cover the number. They were favored by 9.5 points, and they didn't even go get closer to the over. In that game with the Browns, they lose their left tackle, one of the best left tackles in the game, top 10 for sure, arguably top 5. He's rated number 1 PFF last year. They lose him. He's going to be gone for a few weeks. Not good. They got Fred Jackson, but they also have Becton, who we played left tackle last year. Who knows what they're going to do there at left tackle, but still a big loss at left tackle for the Eagles. Darius Slay is questionable. Not really too worried about that. Darius Slay has just been playing average. So actually, I like to have Mitchell, our number 1 pick last year at corner, starting, and then having a Rodgers, the acquisition we got from the Colts, starting the other corner side. So I'm not really worried about Darius Slay getting hurt. And Dallas Goedert, another guy who I'm worried about, is questionable in the game, but it looks like he's probably not going to play because he hasn't practiced all week. So that's also a big loss. Going into week 6, he was one of the probably top 5, top 10 tight end. And he gets hurt right away in week 6. And so it looks like he's not going to play week 7. So that's another big loss. So you're 2 big losses there. 2 starters right away are hurt on the offense. Some other depressing stats for you as an Eagles fan. Eagles are 2-10 against the spread in their last 12 games. Really great. They're 2-9 against the spread in their last 11 games against NFC teams. Cool. Really, really cool. So they're not getting it done. They come out the gate not scoring all the time. This has to change. It didn't look like a change during the bye week, but you need to win these games. This NFC East is up for grabs. I believe the Commanders are a bit of fool's gold because they haven't really played hard opponents, and when they did, they lost. They lost to Tampa and they lost to the Ravens, good opponents. So I think the NFC East is up. The NFC East is up for grabs. So I think the Eagles, this is a big win. They need this win. The under's 5-2 in the Eagles' last 7 games. As I said, they come out the gate slow. They're the only team in the NFL who hasn't scored once in the first quarter. That is pathetic, especially with this team. So they need to get out the gate. And Jalen Hurts did good last year. He did not have a turnover. His first game of the season, he did not have a turnover. He needs to keep that trend going. He was a turnover machine this season and going back to last season. Just turning the ball over, okay? So he needs to stop doing that. He needs to continue doing that, and we need to rely on the run. And I'm pretty sure Barkley wants revenge on the Giants for embarrassing him and not signing him, okay? I'm sure he wants that. So, you might want to throw a little bit money on the Barkley anytime touchdown because I think this guy wants to have a big game against his old team and show the Giants fans what they missed and what they should have, and that they should have signed him. Another depressing stat for you: the Eagles haven't scored 21 points or more since week 1. Like I said, slow starters. One of the most talented teams in the NFL, but they can't score a lick. I gave you all the guys who are hurt. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are back. Hopefully A.J. Brown just gives him more juice. Back-to-back 100 receiving yards games. Really great to see. Looks like he's healthy from that hamstring injury. And Mr. Surehands, Devontae Smith, guy looks good, and he's back from his concussion. But just want to throw out there that the Eagles lost their left tackle, but the Giants lost their left tackle as well. And Andrew Thompson is a top 5 left tackle in this league. So 2 top left tackles in the NFL are both out for this game. But the only thing that sucks for the Giants is that Thomas is out for the year, and the Eagles left tackle is out for a few games. So kind of sucks for that the Giants fans there. Little stuff on the Giants here. Giants are probably getting Mike Neighbors back. That's really great. I think him and Tracy, the running back who's been playing for Singletary, that's a good some good coaching. You could put those guys out in space. Tracy was a wide receiver before, and then he converted to running back. So and then you have Slayton, the other wide receiver, and Robinson. So the Giants have some solid weapons. Tracy, this new running back coming out of nowhere, is real nice. And Singletary's questionable. He was playing a good game before he got hurt. So the Giants are not without weapons. They have some solid weapons. It's just, what Danny Jones are you going to get? He's actually having a decent year with 1,343 yards passing and 6 touchdowns and 4 picks. So that's pretty decent, But you still don't know what you're getting. You still have that little shakiness of what Daniel Jones is going to show up. But the best thing about this Giants team is their defensive line. They have a great defensive line with Burns and Lawrence leading the way. And Lawrence is having the guy is just killing teams right now. I think he has like 6-7 sacks in week 7. He's averaging a sack a game. He's just eating people up. So you got a sack against the Bengals. So great defensive line. Really, really good. And a little stat, just talking about the defensive line, the Giants lead the NFL in sack percentage. So they're getting after the quarterback. And it's not really good news for the Eagles because the Eagles lost their left tackle, one of the best in the game. So not good. So a good stat for you if you want to bet the Giants. They're 10.5 against the spread in their last 15 games versus the Eagles. That is a lot to bite there. So with all that being said, my prediction for this game is I'm going to do a little adjustment here. I'm going to do a little 2-game parlay. Actually, I'm going to make this a 3-game parlay. Give me, you know what? Let's make this a 4-game parlay, okay? But you could bet these individual if you like, which I will probably do as well. Give me the Eagles money line. Give me an alternative line. Give me the under 48.5 for this game. So I would probably combine the Eagles money line and under 48.5. So adjust that in your alternative bets. But I also want to throw in A.J. Brown anytime TD and over his receiving yards, because the Giants have a good front seven, but they have a crappy secondary, and I think A.J. Brown could expose them. And give me Barkley for anytime TD as well. So let's go over that one more time. Give me the Eagles money line. The under 48.5, adjust that alternative line on your whatever app you use to bet, and give me Barkley and A.J. Brown for anytime TD, and A.J. Brown to go over his receiving yards.